Hey rats, I'm Freddy Rat, and welcome back to the dark heart of the maze. Every rat knows the power of cheese. It's what you trade for shelter, for safety, for a ticket out of the maze. 1 cube, $1. Simple. But there is a mystery at the center of your universe. A question almost too powerful to ask. Who is actually creating all this cheese? If you think the government is running a massive cheese factory or that the system works like a simple vault of cheddar, you've been fooled. The truth is far more decentralized and far more fascinating. Let's dive into the 3 key players in the great cheese creation game. Number 1. The Central Cheese Authority, the rules setter. In the center of the maze sits the Central Cheese Authority, CCA. Think of them as the solemn, grumpy old rats who never smile, but who hold the master keys. The CCA has 2 main jobs in creating cheese. First, the base layer. The CCA creates the special high-security cheese, the physical cash, and the electronic reserve cheese that only the big banks can use. They don't give this to you or me. They inject it directly into the system by buying assets like government tunnel bonds. Imagine them swapping a pile of those old bonds for a new pile of pristine reserve cheese cubes. It's a clean swap to keep the system liquid. Second, setting the flavor. The CCA doesn't directly tell your local banker, "Lend more cheese." Instead, they set the cheese rate, the interest rate banks charge each other for overnight cheese loans. If the CCA lowers the rate, they're whispering, "Go on, rats, borrow more, create more cheese." If they raise it, they're shouting, "Slow down." And even though they don't control every loan directly, the CCA sets the overall environment, regulations, risk rules, and liquidity requirements that shape how much cheese the banks can safely create. The CCA is the conductor, but they are not the orchestra. They set the tempo, but they don't play every note. Number 2. Maze Bank, the main creator. This is the big secret, the part they don't teach you in school. The majority of the cheese in the maze, the digital balance you see on your screen, is not created by the CCA. It's created by your local financial institutions, the giants like Maze Bank. How? Through debt. When a rat walks into Maze Bank and asks for a 10,000 cube loan to buy a new rat cart, the banker doesn't open a safe and count out 10,000 cubes. That loan creates the deposit. Maze Bank simply types the number plus 10,000 cubes into your account. A new 10,000 cube deposit appears, and simultaneously, a new 10,000 cube debt appears on Maze Bank's balance sheet. New debt equals new cheese. The cheese didn't come from another rat's savings. It was created ex nihilo, out of thin air, as a digital entry backed by the promise of your future effort. Of course, Maze Bank can't create infinite cheese. They're limited by regulations, capital requirements, risk controls, and the need to keep enough liquidity so that the whole maze doesn't panic and trigger a cheese run. This is the power of the credit theory of cheese. It means that most of the money you use every day is an IOU from a private bank to you, guaranteed by the trust in the system. Number 3. You, the fuel. Finally, we come to you. You, the ordinary rat, are the essential fuel. Maze Bank can't create cheese unless a rat is willing to go into debt. If the rats of the maze suddenly stop borrowing, if they stop demanding mortgages for new tunnels or loans for business expansion, the growth of the cheese supply stops dead. The cheese creation system is not a machine that works independently. It is a dance between the regulator, CCA, the lender, Maze Bank, and the borrower, you. When you repay your loan, that digital cheese, those 10,000 cubes that were created for you,
They don't transfer to another account. They are deleted. They vanish from the maze. And all of this only works because rats keep depositing their cheese into the system, trusting that it will be safe. Without trust and steady deposits, no bank could function or keep the maze calm. The truth of the cube. So who creates money in the maze? 1. The Central Cheese Authority, CCA, by setting the base rates and providing high-powered reserve cheese. 2. Maze Bank and other commercial banks, by granting loans which digitally create the vast majority of the money supply. 3. You, the borrower, by accepting the debt which brings new cheese into existence. The cheese cube is a beautiful fiction, a tool we all agree to trust. But never forget its origin. It is a promise of future effort, born from debt and sustained by collective faith. Understand how the cheese is created, and you understand the power structure of the entire maze. If this helped you understand how cheese is created, hit like, share, and subscribe. I'm Freddy Rat, and this is Rat Finance. Remember, I'm here to help you navigate the system that you help create. See you in the next episode.